Singh, Assistant Professor at Cambridge Institute of Technology, and I take English subject. I handle with English subject, technical English. Okay. To start with, we'll start about a paragraph. We'll start regarding the paragraph. So before that, I would like to tell you that what is a paragraph. What is a paragraph? Paragraph is nothing but, first, before coming to paragraph, I will let you know what is sentences. What are sentences? Sentences are group of words which gives proper meaning, a sensible meaning. In the same way here, a paragraph is a group of sentences that gives an idea. Now, organizing principles of paragraph. Before this, we'll learn what is paragraph, how many types of paragraphs are there, and how paragraphs are divided into. Okay. So first, what is a paragraph? A paragraph is a group of sentences about one idea. A paragraph consists of usually 5 sentences, and it can be more than 5 sentences too. All these days, in your previous high schools and colleges, you were under impressions that paragraph means, yes, it's a group of words which give some meaning. But here, paragraph is consisting of nearly 5 words. Minimum 5 words must be in a paragraph, which gives a proper idea, which gives one idea. A paragraph consists of usually 5 sentences. So minimum 5 sentences a paragraph must consist, and it can be more than 5. So minimum 5 and more than 5 sentences too. An effective paragraph guide the reader by aiding to explain, validate, and support the thesis, statement, or the argument. See, an effective paragraph, it's not just we have to write a paragraph, write something and just end something else. No. Here, how the effective paragraph is, an effective paragraph must guide the reader to guide the reader by aiding to explain, validate, and support the thesis, statement, or the argument. Okay, it has to support in the different fields, in various fields. So now, an effective paragraph has 3 main parts, namely topic sentence or the introducer, supporting sentence or detailed sentence or developer, concluding sentence or bridge sentence or terminator. Here, I repeat once again, topic sentence is nothing but it's also called as the introducer, and supporting sentence is also called as the detailed sentence or the developer. Concluding sentence is also called as the bridge sentence or the terminator. So these are the parts what you find in a paragraph. Okay, first coming to topic sentence. It is a sentence that explains the main idea of a paragraph. So topic sentence means it's the first sentence which explains the main idea of a paragraph, which means that you are going to explain and write about. Here, this sentence explains, the first topic sentence explains what you are going to write about. Okay, next, supporting sentence. What is supporting sentence? Here, supporting sentence gives more information about your topic. It defines. So here, the supporting sentence will give more information about your topic. Topic means what you have written, what you're going to explain. That it adds in more information about this sentence. It defines something. It defines more in the supporting sentence. Next part is concluding sentence. Next part in the paragraph is concluding sentence. It reminds us of the main idea and end with a concluding sentence and explains what your paragraph is about. So here, the concluding sentence, it reminds us of the main idea. It tells or reminds of the main idea and end with a conclusion. Ends with a conclusion or ends with a concluding sentence and explains what your paragraph is about. When the sentence is going to conclude, when it is concluding, it explains the main idea and what your paragraph is about. It usually begins with a phrase. See, when the sentences are being concluded in a paragraph, when we conclude the sentences in a paragraph, usually we use phrases. We use phrases to conclude the sentence. Here are a few examples like in short, on the whole, that is why, etc. So these are the phrases what we use usually when we conclude the sentence. Okay, these are the three parts in a paragraph. Okay, these are the three different main parts in a paragraph. Now coming to let us learn about the types of paragraphs. Let us learn about the types of paragraph. How many types of paragraph? The earlier what you have learned, what I have explained is about the parts of paragraph. So the parts means it's divided into how many parts. A paragraph is divided into how many parts. Now we will learn about the types of paragraphs which are very familiar and which we use often in our professional field. Here first is, there are 4 types of paragraphs that you need to know about. First is descriptive paragraph, narrative paragraph, expository paragraph, and persuasive paragraph. So there are 4 types of paragraphs: descriptive, narrative, expository, and persuasive. Now let us learn what it is of. What is descriptive paragraph? Here again, descriptive paragraph is also called as detailed paragraph. It's also called as detailed paragraph. A descriptive paragraph describes a thing. See, as the heading itself, as the topic itself says, descriptive paragraph means nothing but you're going to describe something. You're going to tell something about a person or a place and a detailed account of specific topic. So probably they will give you a topic to describe. In the exam or in the test, they'll ask the topic. They'll give the topic and ask to describe that. You're going to describe on a particular topic or a thing or a person or a place. So as it is said, descriptive paragraph is nothing but you are describing the paragraph. And this kind of paragraph conveys something abstract such as an emotion or a memory. So usually descriptive paragraph convey emotion or a memory. In the sense, the paragraph will convey emotion or memory, or sometimes the descriptive paragraph will do more. It will do both. It will convey emotion as well as memory, both in a paragraph. And points to remember. So to write descriptive paragraph, what are the points to remember? Here, first is language should be semi-final. So when you are writing or when you are describing a paragraph, your language should be semi-final. It should not be too high or too low. It should be semi-final so that your readers can understand what you have written. Next, try to be attractive, simple, and use adjectives. So try to be attractive in the sense your sentences or the words what you write, it must be attractive, simple, and use adjectives. Adjectives, you know very well, they are describing words. You need to describe when you write a paragraph. Use the adjectives often. Use the adjectives often to describe a paragraph. Then describe the sentence. After describing the sentences, what you have to do, sequence of sentence to be maintained. So now after describing the sentence, you must maintain the sequence of the sentence. It must follow one after the other. The sentence must be very much related. Choose a topic. So choose a topic what you are going to write about. Create a statement or sentences. So when you're writing a topic, create a statement or sentences. Next is create an outline. Here this is very important. Whichever paragraph you write, you must create an outline. Outline in the sense what the paragraph is about, how I have to write this to get a proper impression on the paragraph. So create an outline in the sense you have to just create a frame in your mind. Yes, this is descriptive paragraph. What are the words I have to add? What is the adjectives I have to add there so that it sounds good. Next, write the conclusion. So when you're writing the conclusion, be careful. As I've already told you, when you're writing conclusion, you have to add some phrases there. And it must be related to the topic. Okay. So now after creating an outline, write an conclusion. Then review. Review means you have to just recheck whether there is some mistakes, or you have to add something, or you have to just remove something or delete something which is not required for the paragraph. Then last, finish it off. So after reviewing, just review completely from the top to the bottom what you have written, and then finish the paragraph. Second paragraph is narrative paragraph. So this paragraph is called as a story paragraph. In the sense, you explain something. What you are going to tell? You are going to explain story, my dear students. In this, you are explaining story. Nothing else except story. You are not going to write anything. You are not going to describe anything in this. Okay. So narrative paragraph tells a story. Something happened first, of course. So this paragraph tells a story. Something happened first in the beginning. Okay. Narrative paragraphs are used in fiction as a writer describes the unfolding of events. Narrative paragraphs begins with a good sentence, what you are going to tell. So usually when this paragraph, you are writing story. You are going to write story on this paragraph. Narrative paragraph is nothing but you are asked to write story. And how you have to write? You must write story in such a way, it usually it will be in a fiction form. And the narrative paragraph must begin with a good sentence, what you are going to tell. Usually the sentences must be very good. This paragraph must be soft, contained, and provide all the information needed. See, this paragraph, you must see that everything is mentioned clearly and correctly, because you are writing a story in this paragraph, in narrative paragraph. This paragraph must be soft. Don't use hard words or harsh words. Use soft words, and the paragraph must be very soft. Okay. Then content and provide all the information. It should be soft and it must provide all the information needed to cover the paragraph, to cover the narrative paragraph. Next, to write the paragraph, what are the points you need to remember? To write this narrative paragraph, what points you need to remember? Figure out what the paragraph requires. First point is you have to figure out what the paragraphs require. Topic, if any topic is given, you just think about the particular topic in a story form. Okay, and figure out the paragraph, what the paragraph requires. As I've already told in descriptive paragraph, how you are going to create a frame. Just create a frame or an outline, or figure out what the paragraph requires. Same way here, you are going to figure out, you must figure out what the paragraph requires. Plan out what you are going to write. See, after figuring out, obviously you get an idea what you are going to write. So plan out what you are going to write in the paragraph, in narrative paragraph. Write your story. So after planning out, you must write your story. Start writing your story. Third is expository paragraph. Here, this paragraph, nothing but it explains. Okay. In an expository paragraph, you give information. You explain a subject, give directions, or show how something happens. So in this paragraph, what we do, we will just give the information, we explain the subject and give directions and show how something happens. Okay, it's nothing but you're going to explain everything in detail. In expository writing, linking words like first, second, then, and finally are usually used to help readers follow the ideas. Yes, this is very much important. When we are writing expository paragraph, we must use linking words. Linking words help readers to understand and follow the idea of what we are writing. Okay, linking words like first, second, then, and finally, but all these are linking words. It helps to enhance the idea more. In other words, the process of trying to explain or describe something is called or known as expository paragraph. Say in easy word, in other words, the process of trying to explain or describe something is called as expository paragraph. Understood? It's nothing but you're going to explain or describe something. It's called as expository paragraph. So what are the points you need to remember? First is begin with a topic sentence where you have to add details, ideas, etc. So when you begin this expository paragraph, begin with a topic sentence. Topic is given, choose the topic and start with the topic sentence where you have to add ideas, details, etc. Brief with your idea, briefly with your idea. So you must be very brief with your idea. Give your plan signed. So you have to plan up already signed in the sense which you have understood. You're going to put it on the paper or the text what is given. Draft your paragraph in complete sentence. So now what you have to do, you have to draft the paragraph in complete sentence. Okay. Next is persuasive paragraph. What is this paragraph? Persuasive paragraph is nothing but it convinces. It convinces the reader. Yes. A persuasive paragraph tries to convince the reader that a particular point of view is worthy of consideration. It convinces the reader how that a particular view of a thing is worthy to consider. A particular thing, a particular point is important to consider. It wants you to consider both sides of an issue, but it reveals in favor of one side over another. So this persuasive paragraph wants you to consider both the sides of an issue, but it reveals in favor of one side over another. Okay, it reveals in one side over another. Next, what is the points to be remembered? What points you need to remember when you have to write persuasive paragraph? First is decide a topic. See, as I've already told, whatever the paragraph is, whichever the paragraph is, first you have to decide the topic and create frame in your mind. Means you have to create an outline what you are going to write. And here, even in this paragraph, you have to decide a topic. Think of a good reason to back up your topic. So first decide a topic and think of a good reason to back up your topic, to improve your topic. Write a short introduction that makes your reader excited to hear your topic. So when you're writing this topic, write a short introduction that makes your reader excited to hear your topic. So see, when we write something, we must be very what you call practical. When we are writing, we must make our reader more excited what we are writing. So here in the same way, when you're writing a persuasive paragraph, write a short introduction that makes your reader excited to hear your topic. Means he will be keenly interested to go further what you have written. Expand your idea on each of your main points. So expand your idea for each of your main points. What you have written, for each and every thing you give a detailed explanation. Expand, tell briefly. Next, summarize your main points that comes to your conclusion. So when you're writing a conclusion, you summarize the points. You summarize the points of what you have written and then you come to a conclusion. So these are the main points what you have to understand when you write different types of paragraphs. And here you have come to know that there are 4 types of paragraphs, and this paragraph is divided into main 3 parts. This is very much the basic foundation which you have to understand.